The movie begins with Durotan, a chieftain of the Frostwolf clan, and his pregnant wife Draka, laying down while discussing the name of their future son. Then Durotan is seen meeting other orc clans. They all have been summoned by Gul'dan, who is also an orc leader. He is checking preparations for battle while accompanied by a female half-orc, Garona, who acts as his translator to other races. A caged prisoner tells Garona to spare her child, but Gul'dan refuses, saying the fuel for my magic is life, as he intends to drain all lives out of the prisoners' bodies to fuel his green death magic called the Fel. He aims to provide enough magic to build a portal connecting his world to another world called Azeroth in order to conquer it, but at the moment he only has enough prisoners to fuel magic to send a warband consisting of strongest orc warriors. Their immediate purpose is to collect more prisoners from Azeroth to give supply to bigger magic to open the portal permanently. Durotan, his wife, his second-in-command Orgrim, and his clan enter the portal. Draka feels pain after passing through the portal and gives birth by the aid of Gul'dan, despite other orcs' objections. The baby is dying, but Gul'dan drains the life of a nearby deer and uses his Fel magic to revive the baby, announcing him to the warband as their newest addition of warrior. In Azeroth, we see Anduin Lothar, one of the king's most trusted warriors, inspecting dwarf's works in Iron Forge. He observes a newly invented mechanical gun called a boomstick. Before he thoroughly inspects it, a messenger delivers a letter, saying one of his garrisons has been attacked and he is needed by the king's castle immediately. He goes to Stormwind, meets a prisoner named Khadgar who fails to cast a spell to attack him. Lothar notices a strange mark on Khadgar's arm called Kirin Tor mark. Khadgar explains he used to be a guardian novitiate who has a sacred duty to protect the realm from any danger but renounced his vow. He asks to examine the body of the slain soldiers because it may contain the secret to the attacks. He is surprised when a faded green light pops up from one of the bodies and recommends summoning the guardian himself. Lothar warns that the guardian is only summoned by the king, Lane Wrynn, so they ride to his castle. There Lothar also meets with his sister, who is also the king's wife, Lady Taria Wrynn, and his son, Callan. King Lane agrees to call the Guardian after learning about the threat and instructs Lothar and Khadgar to Karazhan's stronghold to meet Medivh, the Guardian, after giving away his blue ring as a message to Medivh. In Karazhan, a stronghold protected by white magic of the Guardian, they are greeted by Moroz. He says the Guardian is happy to see Lothar and walks him to the Guardian on the top of the tower, while Khadgar takes a look around the Guardian's library. He notices a mysterious figure appearing nearby him but disappears into the bookshelf. While searching for it, his Kirin Tor mark glows brightly upon a particular book, which he takes. But the Guardian suddenly catches and attacks him until he mentions about the Fel, a magic that feeds on life itself. Medivh then transports himself along with Lothar and Khadgar directly to King Lane in Stormwind. Reports from the citizens said they were attacked by monsters, some kind of beasts. Lothar tells them that they need prisoners to dig more information. Even corpse would tell them something. But King Lane responds that they do not know the danger they are in. Lothar, Medivh, Khadgar, and a small team of soldiers go to Elwyn Forest to scout possible tracks of enemies. They find traces of Fel magic as green glows on the trees. Then they are ambushed by the Orc clan led by Durotan, with casualties on both sides. Lothar informs that the Orcs are much stronger, so do not try to outpower them, but use smart moves instead. He manages to cut the hand of Blackhand, the war chief Orc. Khadgar uses his magical ability to help defend himself and Medivh, while Medivh summons his even bigger magic to drain the Fel magic out of the Orcs. The Frostwolf Orcs, including Durotan and Orgrim, do not have traces of Fel magic in them, so they can escape. The humans meet Garona, who also speaks human language, and hold her captive, and learn from her that Orcs are planning to take on their world and need prisoners to feed the Fel magic. She says that they come through a great green gate powered by the Fel. In the Orc camp, Blackhand is judged before Gul'dan because escaping battles is not considered honorable for Orcs, but Durotan interrupts. He explains that the enemy's warlock uses Fel magic against them, but Gul'dan doesn't buy it as he believes that only he can control Fel magic. Durotan begins to doubt the Fel. Medivh secretly questions Garona in prison. She explains that the gate is shown to Gul'dan by a demon. Then Medivh disappears as other people enter her cell. The queen offers her a drink and a chance to live freely and empathizes with Garona. Then Garona, Lothar, and Khadgar go into the woods to spy on the Great Gate. At night, they exchange their tragic backstories by the campfire and begin to empathize with each other. Garona explains that the green magic needs life, like a fire needs wood. All of the Orcs are planned to arrive in Azeroth following the already arrived warband. When Lothar rides ahead to discuss strategies in advance with King Lane, Garona and Khadgar surprisingly meet Durotan, asking them to deliver a message that he wants to meet with the human chieftain. In Stormwind, King Lane gathers with all other races in Azeroth to discuss the threat, but they do not want to help supporting the attack as they are busy with their own lives. Garona delivers Durotan's message to the king. King Lane deduces that Durotan is truly terrified of the Fel and he cannot trust him overcome the problem alone, so he asks for help. Although Lothar is against the idea of meeting Durotan, King Lane is convinced by Garon's depiction of Durotan, saying Durotan wants to protect his clan and that the Fel is also his enemy. The queen gives a blade to Garona to defend herself and to earn her trust. The Guardian is seen at Khadgar's room, dismissing all of Khadgar's research about the Fel and burning all of it. He says he will deal with the Fel himself, and Khadgar's help is not needed. Khadgar manages to hide one of the papers of his research in his robe, which is not burned by Medivh. The clue says something about a dark portal and a name, Elodie. Despite the objection of Orgrim, one of Durotan's trusted people, Durotan still meets with Lane to unite the Frostwolf clan and the humans against Gul'dan. But suddenly, the group is ambushed by Blackhand, which labels Durotan as a traitor. The humans retreat, and Medivh's help comes, even though it is too late. He forms an impenetrable magical barrier to protect the humans from the Orc forces, but Callan and some soldiers are separated by the barrier. Lothar sees Callan killed by Blackhand, unable to pass through the barrier to save him. Garona and Khadgar find Medivh on top of the cliff, knocked unconscious, and take him to Karazhan to heal. But Khadgar notices a green light from Medivh's eyes and deduces that he is somehow involved in the Fel magic. Khadgar rushes from Karazhan immediately, saying they need the help of Kirintor. Durotan is once again threatened by Blackhand, but he bargains that he will submit to Gul'dan's plans if Blackhand spares his people. Durotan instructs Draka to leave with their son, who he names Goel. Orgrim speaks with Gul'dan, saying that Durotan has poisoned the whole Frostwolf clan against the green magic. Meanwhile, Khadgar meets with the Kirintor, and although they despise him, they allow him to meet with Elodie, a protector entity just like the Guardian. Elodie tells him that Medivh is consumed by the Fel magic and cannot control it. Then she disappears. Back in Karazhan, Moroses helps Medivh to recover, but Medivh reveals that he is consumed by the Fel and drains Moroses' life out of his body. The king is agonizing over his options in the defense position, but Lothar suggests throwing everything they have to close the magic gate and make it the top of their priorities. Medivh suddenly appears, and Lothar expresses his anger at him for indirectly killing his son. King Lane sends Lothar to a cell to calm him down. Garona comes to Lothar at the cell, informing that the king agrees to assault the gate. Lothar tells her that she and other people should not trust Medivh, and he prefers Garona stays with him so she would not get hurt. But she refuses. She goes to battle with King Lane and other troops, with Medivh claiming he will join them later because he needs to prepare some things first in Karazhan. Khadgar then arrives at Stormwind and rescues Lothar from his cell. Although Lothar insists on following the king, Khadgar convinces him to stop Medivh so that the whole Azeroth realm stays safe. Draka brings Goel to the river and let the water carry him away, and then she gets killed like the other Frostwolf clan. Durotan challenges Gul'dan to a Mak'gora tradition, a duel to the death for leadership of the Orcs, which Gul'dan accepts. Then the magic portal is already opening through the help of Medivh, who is now slowly becoming a demon. Seeing the portal, Gul'dan wants to quickly finish the challenge, but Blackhand urges him to honor the tradition and stays fighting. He then cheats by draining the life out of Durotan, which invokes anger from other orcs. After Durotan and several rebellious orcs die, Gul'dan assembles the warband to face incoming attack from King Lane and the humans. A great battle ensues between them. Lothar and Khadgar arrive at Karazhan and witness Medivh reciting the incantation to open the portal to transfer more orcs to Azeroth. The golem Medivh builds also comes to life and attacks Lothar. Then Lothar gets the idea to cut off his head. After defeating the golem, Khadgar tells him to distract Medivh so he cannot recite the incantation to keep the portal open. Then Lothar calls out to Medivh, believing his good self is still inside the demon entity. Just when Medivh is about to attack Lothar again, the headless golem falls on top of him due to Khadgar's enchantment. Khadgar directly attacks the demon and tries hard not to be consumed by the fell magic. Lothar assures him that he can do it, and when he finally succeeds, Medivh is back again in human form, reciting a spell to open a portal directly to Stormwind while dying. In the middle of the battle, King Lane sees the portal to Stormwind and is glad that the Guardian is finally helping them. He instructs his army, including Garona, to form a defense line around the portal and free the prisoners, allowing the prisoners to safely get through the portal. But then Medivh dies and the portal closes, so the orcs are able to attack them from behind the portal. Blackhand is quickly approaching King Lane to take the honor of killing the king, but King Lane instructs Garona to kill him because it will do no good if they are both dead. By killing the king, Garona earns the respect of the orcs and is able to carve a way for achieving peace between humans and orcs. Lothar arrives in the middle of the battle and rescues King Lane's body and helps fight the remaining orcs. After he gets knocked out, he wakes up in the middle of the Makgora tradition, organized by Blackhand to duel with him. He is given King Lane's sword as a weapon, and he easily defeats Blackhand with one strike. The orcs respect him, although Gul'dan instructs him to kill him, but Garona convinces that if Gul'dan kills Lothar, he is not honoring the sacred tradition, and no orcs will follow him anymore. Lothar gets away with the king's body after noticing Garona's blade on the king's neck, assuming she is a traitor. During Lane's funeral, all races of Azeroth finally unite and proclaim an alliance against the orcs. They support Lothar as the leader of the alliance. Meanwhile, on the river, Goel is found by humans. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.